Now, the toxic-filled Varthur Lake is in the news again after spilling toxic foams on the streets of Bengaluru. A fire erupted in the lake today. The lake was back in the news after froth from the lake spilled onto the streets yesterday. Bengaluru has 600 lakes, but reports say 90% of them are now polluted. There were reports of frothing in other areas of the town. Experts say lack of proper waste management has turned the city's lakes into dumping sites. Now we have a correspondent joining us from Bangalore. Nishchita, very good morning to you. Tell us what's the latest here.
Jessica, can you repeat the question? I was unable to hear you.
Absolutely, Nishchita. Give us the latest update on what is being done in terms of the authorities now acting on this situation, or are we still awaiting authorities to respond?
Absolutely nothing has been done so far, but now that the fire has erupted at Varthur Lake again because of the toxins. Varthur Lake, let's not forget, that is connected to Bengaluru Lake and is as polluted as Bengaluru Lake, if not more. So Varthur Lake is a smaller lake in comparison to Bengaluru Lake. It's in the same vicinity. It's in the Whitefield area, which is one of the high-flying new areas of Bengaluru, where you have fancy new apartment complexes coming up. And understandably, a lot of sewage is also let into these lakes. Now, while on one hand, the authorities are working to clean up Bengaluru Lake by shutting down industries around it, on the other hand, the larger point of other lakes in Bengaluru also undergoing the same sort of crisis has not been looked into, and since yesterday that has only aggravated. Not just yesterday, in the last week or so, since Bengaluru has witnessed heavy rains, you can see the foam has increased because of the rains, and today there seems to be a fire, and the locals suspect that it is because of the constant dumping of garbage in these lakes that it has led to the fire today. So certainly a cause of concern. So far, the BBMP or the authorities responsible have not really done anything substantial. They seem to be doing something only because the NGT asked them for not taking care of the Bengaluru Lake. But as far as the Varthur Lake goes, or any other lake goes, like Subramanyapura Lake, something that WION had highlighted earlier, nothing much has really been done that can be stated in our report.
Right. Also, Nishchita, as we know, experts have been saying that lack of proper waste management, and in fact also you also mentioned, has turned the city's lakes into dumping sites. What is being done? Are there, in fact, forget about awareness campaigns, but real authorities actually coming out and acting on, sort of situations like these?
Well, multiple factors there. Yes, as you rightly mentioned, it has become a dumping ground of sorts, but also what many activists and residents have highlighted is that the dumping is not because of not having any other space for dumping this construction waste or the garbage, but with the intention of killing these lakes eventually and closing them up and creating more space for buildings and commercial complexes and apartment complexes to come up. So they feel that this is a conspiracy from the real estate mafia, and the officials are very much hand in glove with it, is what many have gone on to allege. And that seems to be the case because progressively these lakes are being witnessing the construction debris being dumped all around them. Their perimeter is reducing with each single day, and soon they will cease to exist like many other lakes in Bengaluru already have. So yes, there seems to be the construction mafia. On the other hand, a lot of ignorance as well, and on part of the officials. Residents seem to be a little more aware as to what they're doing. Every Sunday you hear reports of a few residents coming together, going to the lake in their vicinity and trying to clean it up. There's only so much one can do when the officials have chosen to turn a complete blind eye towards the problem that exists.
Right. Thank you, Nishchita, for joining us with those updates on the broadcast.